Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist Genevieve Rejock here with FSU Weather Friday edition. Taking a live look at Doak Campbell Stadium, we have a nice 88 degrees and sunny. Here we've got that sun peeking through. Not much clouds going on at all. Currently in Tallahassee, 88 degrees, pretty warm. Similar temperature in Perry, 87 degrees, 84 up in Thomasville. For our muggy meter, we're looking at a very moderate humid here in Tallahassee. Key West, not looking too great. Pensacola, brutal, brutal. Tonight here in Tally, 69 degrees, partly cloudy. Winds are pretty calm, a nice night to hit the town. Tonight's headlines, we're looking at a chance of rain tomorrow. It's going to be cooler next week, and we'll also get a little weather history for what happened today.
Hello and welcome to the Friday edition of FSU Weather. I definitely did not butcher that. We have had a lot going on this week, including multiple severe weather events happening in Oklahoma and the southern plains. We've seen quite a bit, even I believe over 20 tornadoes have been confirmed at this point over the multi-day events, and even a severe weather situation going on today in Arkansas with a severe thunderstorm watch that has been issued for most of it, including several severe thunderstorm warnings and even a tornado warning. So quite an active week. We are definitely getting back into the swing of severe weather season. Not quite so much here because we've been seeing a little bit more on the warmer and drier side, and we even see those drier conditions coming even more so into Tallahassee after this cold front passing through tomorrow. That will give us a little bit of chances of rain, but once that moisture is out, it's gone, and we're seeing basically completely dry conditions for us over the first half of next week. Again, we're seeing a lot of the severe weather front, not a lot on the tropical front, and that's definitely good for us here in Tallahassee because climatologically we would be favored for tracks coming up this way. But again, make sure you're staying prepared and always staying tuned, and we always keep you informed. And now we're going to pass things off to the wall with some more of our local weather.
Thank you, Robert. So tonight we're going to be seeing a lot of different weather. We're seeing already those highs and lows that we're going to be seeing later tonight. Today's high was 90 degrees with a low of 64 tonight. That's a little bit different than what we've used to being seeing at 82 is the average high and 59 is the low. So we're staying right kind of where we usually are at this time of year. Live look at Doak Campbell Stadium right now. We can see that sunset about to peek through here in the soon hours. 88 degrees and sunny today with partly cloudy skies. So really an ideal day for anyone who wants to take out a walk outside. Current radar is showing not any rain besides over here on the west side of Florida. We're seeing pretty clear conditions throughout the region. The current local temperatures right now, 88 degrees in Tallahassee with some partly cloudy skies. Up over here in Thomasville, we're seeing that 84 degrees. And just here by the coast, we're going to be seeing 83 in Apalachicola. So all around through the 80s, not what we'd expect in the fall, but we're staying a little cooler than what we have earlier today. The wind speeds, we're seeing 5 miles an hour in Tallahassee. So it's a really clear day, and we're not seeing that high wind speed. It's just staying really nice and moderate and a beautiful day really for us here. The dew points, though, it's still really muggy considering what we have seen in the past. 66 in Tallahassee, 73 down here on the coast in Apalachicola, so it's really humid there. So you're just seeing all of that wet weather hanging around, not leaving us anytime soon. With that cloud coverage, though, we're still seeing that all through here as that cold front comes through to us here soon. We're going to be seeing those cooler temperatures drop and those clouds persist. Tonight's low, we're going to see lower than we've seen in a while, 52 degrees. So if you've got those jackets at home, pull them out because it's time. Get around the bonfire, see what you can with that cool temperature. Tonight in Tallahassee, 69 degrees. So not too cold, but you're still going to want to maybe bring out a light sweater with those wind calm conditions. The beach forecast, though, however, tomorrow is going to be perfect. 81 degrees in the air, and the water is going to be 79. So really just a perfect day to be out there and see all those beach features. The week ahead, as I had mentioned, we're going to be seeing that cool front coming through. So Saturday, we're going to be seeing 85, but as the nighttime comes along, 55 degrees. So make sure you're prepared for all of that weather that we're going to see. On Monday, though, it's going to start to cool up just a little bit, 77 throughout the day with those partly cloudy skies and 54 at night. So we're seeing those lows hit the 50s, and then throughout the week, we're going to see it hit 60, 63, and throughout the day in the mid-80s. So now we're going to be passing it off to Robert with the Florida forecast.
Right, thank you. Yes, we have had a little bit of a warm situation going on here in Tallahassee. It's going to be nice and dry for us as we make it after Saturday and nice and cool. Right now for us, though, it's definitely a little bit on the sunnier and warmer side. Panama City Beach seeing conditions going to be about your 80s right now. Satellite and radar, as I said, pretty sunny. Not a lot for us to look at in the way of severe weather or any major rain systems for us, but we are seeing a few spotty showers, particularly as you make your way north of Pensacola and across the I-10 corridor. So for those of us in the Panhandle, if you are west of Tallahassee, you might see a scattered shower or thunderstorm into the evening hours. For most of us in the central part of Florida, however, not very much in the way of rain. A few showers off the coast, but they're not really making their way onto the mainland here. So all of you from Tampa, north of Jacksonville, you're seeing nice, clear, and dry conditions into the night. Miami and the Everglades, you might see a spotty shower or two, but that seems to also be making its way a little bit to the south of you guys. So most of that cloud activity is now making its way towards Key West and the Keys. So again, most of the mainland of Florida is now going to be experiencing dry and a little bit cooler conditions as we make our way into the weekend here, which is something that we've been highly awaiting and something we're definitely very excited for. Current temperatures have not made their way down yet because that cold front is still off into the north and west. So we're still seeing a lot of those 90s and 80s prevailing here, even getting up to 91 in Fort Myers, but a little bit better here in Tallahassee with 89 degrees. Muggy meter showing that we do still have some of this mugginess around, particularly in Pensacola, where it is very oppressive and definitely a little bit muggy as we go throughout the state. No one even having a smiling face up here because these muggy conditions are terrible for us right now. Future radar showing we have this cloud cover activity starting to break off for those of us in the central part of Florida, but we do have a line associated with that cold front making its way into the weekend. Going to see some rain and shower activity here and through most of Florida, though it does start to fall apart as it gets towards you in South Florida, as most cold fronts during this part of the year usually do. I'm sorry, Miami, you aren't going to see some of this weather. It's going to be all muggy and hot for you. But most of us up here, that's why we love it up here, because we are enjoying these nice 60s and 50s. 52 in Tallahassee as we go into tonight. Jacksonville going to be the main place for rain for us right now, looking at 55 and maybe some showers. Most of you guys, though, down towards Fort Myers, West Palm Beach, and Miami, as I said earlier, aren't really going to take advantage of those conditions. 73 in Fort Myers, 71 in West Palm Beach, and 73 in Miami. So for tomorrow's highs, it's going to be definitely an interesting situation because we have a cold front coming through, and it's going to come through about right here on Saturday. So we're seeing this very big contrast. 77 for our high in Pensacola, which is definitely very much nicer than we've been having, and definitely what we're looking forward to. But as you make your way just a little bit east towards Tallahassee, seeing that 86, a little bit more warm, and getting up towards the 90s towards Tampa and Fort Myers. So again, a long-awaited cold front starting to make its way into the region. Definitely going to be a story for our night. Now to Genevieve.
Thank you so much, Robert, for that Florida coverage. Here we have Miami at a nice 88 degrees, 89 on Sunday, 83, pretty hot all the way through. Now for a look at our southeast region of the United States. Gainesville, Florida, here 86 degrees. Atlanta, Georgia, 83. Pretty similar skies, pretty blue, pretty beautiful, partly cloudy, but for the most part, pretty gorgeous. In Blacksburg, Virginia, and Bowling Green, Kentucky, 78, 77, similar temperatures, similar skies, pretty cloudy. For our satellite and radar, we're looking at some more severe weather going here through Memphis, Tennessee. We're looking through partially St. Louis, Missouri. You're going to want to watch out for that severe weather. Here, that pink area is severe thunderstorm watch. And as we'll zoom in closer, we have a severe thunderstorm warning right here, right near Memphis, Tennessee. And you're going to be seeing lots of rainstorms, lots of clouds, lots of heavy rain coming your way if you are in that area. Currently, we're looking at 86 degrees here in Tallahassee, 89 in Jacksonville, pretty warm, though Tampa, we're looking at 90 degrees. Pretty hot compared to Miami 88 degrees, still scorching hot. Going to Tupelo, Mississippi, we get a nice 70 degrees, somewhat fall, but still pretty summer temperatures. For our wind speed, we're looking at 5 in Tallahassee, not much wind going on. Though in Tampa, we're looking at some slight winds at 10 miles per hour. Orlando, same thing. Miami down there at 7 miles per hour. Shreveport here, we have Shreveport, Mississippi looking at 17 miles per hour. Our dew points here in Tallahassee, we're looking at 66, 67 in Jacksonville, similar dew points going all the way through Florida. For our water vapor, we're seeing a stationary front right here. That is going to go through the weekend and bring us some warm air going through. For our Storm Prediction Center storm outlook, here we have a slight risk of severe weather here in Memphis, Tennessee. All the surrounding region, we have a marginal risk of severe weather. For our future radar, we're looking at some storms going through New Orleans, Atlanta. It'll dissipate before it hits us, but it'll go right out into the ocean. For tonight's lows, 69 here in Tallahassee. For tomorrow's highs, 86 degrees here in Tallahassee. Passing it off to Robert with the national weather.
Right, thank you, Genevieve. Again, we have that situation with the cold front coming into the areas like Tupelo and around the slight risk here in Tallahassee. And we are watching that right now. There's actually a tornado warning in effect for those of you around Memphis right now, as you can see on the map right here, pointing out there's a tornado warning with this storm right here. We do have a situation, so if you are around that area in Memphis, make sure to take your precautions, make sure you're going into that interior room of your house in the lowest level floor. And if you have a tornado shelter, please go there as well. We like to take these storms seriously, and if you are in that tornado warning, again, respect that polygon. We are seeing this cold front coming through the region. It does become a stationary front as it gets towards that area around that storm activity and becomes a warm front north of that low here. That's the main weather maker for us going into the weekend here. Right now, though, we are under the influence of high pressure in the southeast. That's what's keeping us away from those showers and storms, but that will start to dissipate and move away as we have this front coming into the region. And again, most of you on the west not really seeing a lot into the way that we are seeing on the east here because under the influence of high pressure, except for the Pacific Northwest. Got another cold front. It's usually your activity for this time of the season, seeing those cold fronts coming into the region, giving you some rain and maybe even some mixed snow showers. Satellite radar showing this presentation here of a nice cloudless free west with it under the influence of that high pressure, but this system here really kicking up a lot of rain and even some severe weather in this region around or Tennessee, around the Memphis region in particular, where we do have that tornado warning still active. And again, we are watching for all of you guys over there. As I mentioned earlier, Pacific Northwest, you guys are getting on some of that rain activity too, even seeing some snow mixing in around the Rockies up here. A lot of that coming in from that cold front, going to bring some rain and showers for you. I know Seattle, that's usually your rain this time of year, and you're going to see it, a little more of it. But you guys aren't the only ones seeing rain. Also seeing some more rain over the Rust Belt, that sort of area, as we make our way particularly into Ontario as well. See a good bit of rain here, and there actually is a warning right here, and I believe that is looking either as a tornado warning or a flash flood warning. So can't tell right now, but we are going to look at that later potentially. So if you guys are in that area, please take your necessary precautions, listen to the National Weather Service. No matter what kind of warning it is, we do like to take those all very seriously. We do know this is a tornado warning right here. It is going to be a dangerous storm making its way northeast of Memphis. As you are making its way into that area, please, again, take those precautions. Even if it's not a confirmed tornado on the ground, take that seriously because all storms can spin up quickly and present a very dangerous threat. Also watching the rest of this line for some severe activity, maybe a spin-up tornado, but also hail and damaging winds are your main threat in this severe thunderstorm watch right here. Big picture showing us a very big contrast between the nice cool west and a little bit of a warmer, even above average east here, seeing 70s and 80s dominating all the way up into Ohio. 80s for us here in New Orleans and Tallahassee. So we're really seeing these warm conditions, but they will start to make their way out of the region with this cold and stationary front after a few days. As I said, above average here for the east, even getting into below average though for the west. So we really have this dichotomy we're really going to be watching over the next 8 to 14 days. Dew points showing us nice dry conditions out west and very muggy conditions east. In the center of my hometown of DFW, enjoying nice dry 45. Those more wet conditions are making their way a lot to the east, swept through this cold front, going to make its way a little bit more to the east. Drought monitor not showing a lot of relief for you guys in the west because we're really not seeing a lot of rain, but tomorrow's highs are going to be very nice for us, seeing 70s and 60s for most of the nation because we do have those warm conditions making their way out. So again, seeing these very beautiful conditions here, and now we're going to talk a little bit more of our weather for today, seeing more of that today in weather history that we've seen here. So we actually have seen quite a lot in 1967, 1984, and 1989. Genevieve, could you lead us off with that first one there?
Yeah, so in 1967, we saw some showers and thunderstorms here in our home of Tallahassee. We saw 1.5 inches of rain. That set a record for the day as the second wettest October on record. Pretty good amount of rain, I'd say.
Right, exactly. I know we've been experiencing a lot of rain lately, but this is quite a lot more than we've seen for that much rain. That's incredible. 1984, another amount of precipitation, but it's snow this time. 15 inches of snow fell during the football game in Denver. That's an incredible amount of snow that you saw there. It's over a foot, of course, and it's during a football game, so I'm sure that made that game a lot harder to play for those players. In that Broncos versus Packers game, it was 17-14. So again, I'm sure those were very rare conditions for you to see at this time of year, in particular during October.
I don't know how those athletes do it.
Me neither.
So in 1987, going back to some rain, different precipitation, Hurricane Jerry made landfall in upper Texas coast. It sustained some winds of 75 miles per hour, having some wind gusts of 100 miles per hour. Those are some pretty hefty wind gusts, Robert.
Right, exactly. So yes, we do have this situation where you have hurricanes coming through because it is October, and because we do have the situation where it's October and it's climatologically more favorable for storms coming up through that way. So again, please make sure you're staying prepared, staying informed, because some of these events can happen, and we always want to make sure you are staying informed with our forecast because of it. So now we're going to pass things off to the wall with Local 2 with Hannah.
Thank you so much, Robert. Wow, that history is really informational because you never know when things could happen like that. The weather is so crazy, like that snow you were mentioning. I cannot believe those athletes could do something just like that. Looking back at our local temperatures for today, 90 degrees here in Tallahassee, 64 with the low today. So we're seeing those cooler temperatures start to hit us here in Tallahassee, not as low as we've seen in 1977 with 35 degrees, which is really cold. So we're glad we're not seeing it that intense, but still cooling off from that 90 degrees that we saw as the high today. Taking a live look at Doak Campbell Stadium, we see that sun starting to peek through a little bit more. 88 degrees and sunny here with the winds at a very moderate level. The current radar, we see no rain here in Tallahassee, just that satellite interference. But over here in Panama City, we might see those pop-up showers right here on the coast, so make sure you're prepared for what that could be. The hour-by-hour forecast, we saw it nice and cool this morning, and then as we progressed throughout the day, we got to see those temperatures keep going up. So we saw at 89, but like I said, we've hit that 90 degrees today later in the evening. The current local temperature is 88 degrees here in Tallahassee with that sun and clouds coming through. 84 in Thomasville, 86 in Perry. So we're seeing those mid-80s throughout the day, and we'll see that cooling off throughout the evening. But as it goes for the muggy meter, it is muggy everywhere here in Florida today, especially in Pensacola with that really sad face. But in Tallahassee, we're seeing it just a human conditions, what we're used to. Throughout the state, we're seeing it even really humid here in Key West. So overall humid here today in the state, so make sure you're prepared for all of that, even though we're pretty used to it. Tonight's lows, 52 degrees here in Tallahassee, so make sure you dress appropriately, bring those sweaters out. It's coming about that time of the year here in the fall. Same throughout 50 degrees in Thomasville, 50 in Bainbridge, so we're seeing those cooler temperatures over here. A little bit of scattered thunder at Apalachicola, so make sure you're ready for all of those thunderstorms that could approach. Like I said, right here, we're seeing it just pass by through. Nothing that it's too intense, nothing like a thunderstorm we're going to see severely, but make sure you're ready with your umbrellas, your coats, because you want to stay protected from that weather. Again, with the beach forecast, 81 degrees and 79 in the water, so really a perfect day here at the beach in Panama City. Tonight in Tallahassee, 69 degrees. 69 degrees in Tallahassee with those wind conditions calm. And as we go through the week ahead, we're going to see that cold front persist and go throughout the week and see those cooler temperatures start to come through as we see in the week coming. Now with Robert.
Yes, thank you, Hannah. As you said, we are seeing this cold front coming through, and that's going to be a very important weather situation for us right now. And we're going to see it affect us as we are looking at volleyball on Sunday. We do have a game versus Pittsburgh at 1 p.m. Really seeing these nice and cool conditions prevailing. No 80s for us. Going to stay in the 70s. That's a great time to enjoy a game. Nice to go out, get some snacks from your Walmart, Target, or Publix. So again, make sure you enjoy this volleyball game at 1 p.m. And we're seeing these dew points, again, right now, a little bit more muggy. We do have this more boundary coming in from sea breeze, bringing in some more moisture, but we are seeing some more prevailing dry conditions behind that. Again, Donaldsonville and Thomasville seeing 66, so a little bit on the muggy side, but not quite as bad as the coast right now. Future radar for you guys during the volleyball game, you're going to see nice and dry conditions, but we can see a spotty shower or two right as that front comes in. Again, going to see some more cloudy conditions, but after it makes its way through, it's not going to stay very long here in the metro. Very dry conditions going to be after that front as well. Women's golf Sunday, Texas State University versus FSU. Again, look at those beautiful conditions. It's going to be 50 at 7 a.m., noon at 66. I'm not a big golf fan, so I don't exactly know what tailgating goes like, but I'm sure, again, nice to get some snacks from a Publix or a Target there before your golf game, and you can enjoy those. A nice 66 degrees. Again, a very nice day for us, no matter how you slice it, even if you aren't going to the golf game. Looking at future radar here in my home of Texas, very nice clearing out for you guys here. We're going to see some clouds starting to prevail over Saturday, however, so make sure you keep that in mind if you are flying to Austin to watch our team go at nice golf. Again, don't know the sport, so going to move on from that, but seeing some nice clouds prevailing as we get into 6 p.m. on Saturday. Men's golf on Monday, great. Some more golf here. 7 a.m. 51, noon at 65, and 5 p.m. at 67. Again, very nice conditions for us. It's going to be in Roland, Arkansas, so even nicer. Don't believe that Avenue Publix is up there, so that's just going to be Walmart and Target for you. Again, going to have to keep that in mind, your store choices when you go outside of the Florida area. Rain making its way out of the region. Nice dry conditions for you guys in Little Rock. So again, no matter where you're going, make sure to cheer our FSU teams on because they're going to have a great time this weekend.
Yes, they are, Robert. Thank you so much. So now we're going to be looking at the weekend and a little bit of the NFL games we're going to mention once more. The Dolphins, the Vikings, and the Chargers. Make sure you tune into those if you can. Lots of cool games going on with all kinds of sports, especially the NFL football. Like I said, I'm a football person. I go to the tailgates. It's really fun, but I've never been to an NFL game, so maybe I'll have to get by and see one of those. Right now we're looking at Doak Campbell Stadium. We're seeing that sun keep poking through. 88 degrees here in Tallahassee with sunny skies still. So really a perfect day to be outside. I'm really hoping everyone got to see it before that cool temperature comes through and brings out those sweaters for you. As with the current radar, we're not seeing any of that rain here, just that atmospheric interference. But over here on the west coast in Panama City, we're seeing that rain keep coming through, those spotted little showers. So be prepared for those. However, tonight is date night. It is Friday night. So whether you want to stay in and go to Publix, grab some pub subs, or if you want to go out, make sure you dress appropriately because it's going to be 69 degrees outside, partly cloudy skies, and the wind conditions will be calm. So it'll be a perfect night for date night if you want to sit outside or stay in and get those pub subs. Current radar over here in Tampa and Tarpon Springs, all clear throughout here, so it's really a nice day over there too, seeing those ideal conditions without those thunderstorms. The dog walk forecast for tomorrow, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good day. So 7 a.m., it's going to be 70 degrees. A little chilly, but nothing we're not used to over here. 9 a.m. it's going to be 74, and it'll get hotter throughout the day at 81 with that sunshine shining through throughout the day. Volleyball Sunday, it's going to be FSU versus Pittsburgh at 1 p.m. So even though it will be inside, we'll still see those temperatures stay right in the mid-70s, something that is perfect for that kind of day. Cloudy skies throughout the day with that sunshine poking through at 75. Future radar, we're going to see lots of clouds throughout here, so it's going to trap in some of that little heat we're going to have, but with those thunderstorms we're going to see throughout here, we'll poke through, but nothing really will hit Tallahassee. We're going to stay nice and dry throughout the weekend. The 3-day forecast, we're going to see Saturday, 85 degrees, 85 actually throughout 3 days, but we're going to see that most sunny day on Sunday with the sunshine coming right through, so it's going to be a perfect Sunday, perfect all weekend, so make sure you are staying in touch with FSU weather if we have any other severe alerts that will come up throughout the day. And the weekend will be a nice one, so I hope you all get out and see that. And now I'll pass it off.
Thank you so much, Hannah, for that weekend forecast. Now I'm going to give you the recap for today's show. So this weekend does look pretty nice, I'd say. Like Hannah said, make sure you get out there. Maybe have a picnic even. Get some Publix food. Get some pub subs, like she said. Currently, we're looking at 88 degrees here in Tallahassee, 86 in Perry. Sorry about that. 82 up in Thomasville, 85 in Valdosta. Pretty similar temperatures all the way through mid to upper 80s. For our dew points here, we're looking at a 66 here in Tallahassee, same there and down there in Perry. We're looking at a much more humid 73 in Apalachicola, 72 in Sumatra. For tonight's lows, a very nice 52 degrees. Feel free to hit the town. You're going to want to, especially if you are there in Thomasville. A nice 50 degrees as a low for the night. Pretty nice if you'd ask me. For our satellite and radar, we're not seeing many showers or anything. Some slightly down there, down in the south near the Bahamas, but you don't have to worry about that. We are far from that. For our satellite and radar here, like I said earlier in the show, we have our severe weather coming through, Memphis, Tennessee, St. Louis, Missouri, but nothing to worry about down here in Tallahassee, clear skies all the way. There is that severe weather warning. Here we have severe thunderstorm warnings and watches. For our storm outlook, we have that slight risk of severe weather through the Tennessee area, St. Louis, Missouri, but pretty good all the way through. Tomorrow's highs, 70 in New Orleans, pretty warm, 86 here in Tallahassee, pretty warm as well. Now passing it off to Robert with our closing desk.
Right, thank you, Genevieve. We'd like to first congratulate Hannah on her first show here. Again, we love to see new people joining our team all the time, and she did an incredible job today. So again, very big congratulations to Hannah for joining us today and for joining the FSU team. We have a lot going on today and a lot for this weekend. We're seeing, again, this cold front going to really change our conditions, going to mix things up, see some more rain. Not quite as bad as 1967. We saw 1.5 inches of rain, but going to still see a good bit of rain right at that time we're going to have that volleyball game tomorrow. So again, keep that in mind. But the main story is next week when we start seeing those cooler conditions start to prevail, 70s for our highs, 50s for our lows. But make sure you follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. We do stream live at 6 p.m., so make sure to watch us. But again, we have a lot of things going on this weekend and a lot of things going on for the next week. So make sure you are staying prepared. Make sure you have all the supplies you need. Go into stores like Publix and Target. I know I'm a little bit interested to hear about Publix here because I'm from Texas and we usually have Kroger's, so Publixes are definitely a store I haven't heard of as much. But anyway, that's a little bit of a side piece from me. Thank you all for joining us tonight and for watching our weather. We will make sure to keep you updated throughout the weekend and through next week. I'm Robert Zott, and this is FSU Weather.